Ohio State really going to have to move it around and find their pieces, and they're going to start it off early with Emily Londot.
I mean, that's going to be a key to the game for Purdue. Can they stop Emily Londot at that left pin? She's been so dominant this year. 4.63 kills per set, second in the Big Ten.
And really no surprise. She plays with somewhat of an unethical and non-traditional play style, and that really forces her opponents to have to think what she does on the fly. Purdue is definitely going to have to see that. And a couple more errors is going to go back to the Buckeyes.
And there's the ace for Riley Rader, the middle blocker. She's mostly known for her prowess, of course, on that block. But this season so far, she's actually got 14 service aces now with that one.
I mean, those are numbers that you just cannot shy away from, Connor. It's all played well. That was Chacoin setting it up for her teammate. Ohio State going to have to play some good defense here. A lot of good coming off the edges, but also coming up the middle of Raven Colvin.
Yeah, you saw on the left side, the Buckeyes tried to lift it up to Londot again, but Raven Colvin, she's a player to watch in the middle for the Boilermakers. She's got over a block per set this year.
Sending it in right now, another person to look out for, Eva Hudson. Had one of the best seasons in Purdue history last year in volleyball. Ohio State going to have to play the front, little pass over. Chacoin off the arms of Morbitzer, and Purdue's going to get their first point.
Yeah, Purdue getting on the board for actually their second point right there. You saw they went for Chloe Chacoin on the left side there. She's going to be hard to stop for the Boilermakers.
Morbitzer up to Tumen. Back down, Brandewee's going to hit that back corner.
See, Brandewee, she is a middle blocker, but her attack cannot be understated. She can slide over to that right side, as you just saw there, and go cross court for a kill.
80 kills coming into today's match, Connor. Make it 81. Early on, of course, in this one, but 3-2, the Buckeyes going to have to keep up this pace going up against a tough Boilermaker offense. Hoffman up off the edge to Londot, saved. Chacoin misses a bit too much on it.
And Chacoin, good idea there. She was looking for that back left corner on the Buckeye side, but couldn't quite pinpoint it, so the Buckeyes going to get another opportunity here.
And the former #1 overall recruit in the country, when she picked Purdue, man, that made head coach Dave Shondell happy. Add one more.
Add one more. Mia Tumen on the service ace. That's the second already for the Buckeyes, so it's something they're really looking to be good at today against Purdue.
And Tumen, she's normally known as somewhat of the point guard, so to speak, especially with the assists. She had 24 assists against the Fighting Illini on Friday. Chacoin's going to go up that left side. No siree, Chelsea Thorpe.
And there's Chelsea Thorpe rotating in for Sarah Sue Morbitzer in that outside hitter spot. She's really good at the pins hitting, but you saw her blocking ability there.
Back to Mia Tumen again. 6-2, the Buckeyes lead it in set number 1. With the left hand, Grace Heaney. That right pin dominance.
Grace Heaney, a part of that #3 recruiting class in the country for Purdue this year. She's someone who's been more of a backup on the outside at the pins, but she can absolutely make an impact just like Chacoin and Hudson.
And do you really think that having, a 3-attacker kind of a game plan, do you think that's going to help against a team like Ohio State?
Absolutely. They need to give different looks.
And it definitely helped there. My goodness, Lourdes Myers.
Lourdes Myers, she's been someone who's really impressed Coach Shondell so far this year. She's got a .363 hit percentage from that middle blocker spot and has developed a good rapport with their freshman setter, Taylor Anderson.
And in the 54 sets she had played this year, 45 blocks, 73 kills. Add another one to that tally. And this shows, Connor, why this is going to be a back-and-forth matchup from set 1 to potentially set 5.
We see it already. Both these teams have gone on little runs of their own.
Tumen up to the middle to Hoffman. That was off the head of Myers. She was able to save it and keep it. Cheap one from Chacoin. Tumen again going up. Londot. It's going to go back and forth. And that's where you see that front line dominance. Emily Londot, she attacks it, but she also blocks it.
Londot, she was there combining with Brandewie right there in the middle. And looking at Londot, she's been a presence in every facet of the game. 60 sets played this year so far. She's on the court at all times.
And that's why she's been so dominant. She's been given the play time, and Coach Jen Flynn Oldenburg trusts her to play the game she knows. It's hard to stop at somebody like Heaney.
Yeah, Heaney getting involved a lot, using that left hand to her advantage. But back to Londot, I mean, she's someone you're going to look for a lot. 3-time All-American to this point.
And not really surprising. She's put up the numbers. She showed the entire country, let alone her coach and her teammates, that, hey, I'm here to ball out.
Absolutely.
It was Hornung in with the serve. Up top, Myers gets one over.
Myers, again, she's done a great job here early in the middle, taking advantage of that free ball that time, just slapping that one down as we get a look at the replay. Off Murphy, and then it was placed perfectly for Myers.
Tooman. Up and over. Chelsea Thorpe finds some contact but gets a kill.
Chelsea Thorpe, she can do it on both sides of the ball. As we said earlier, she had that big block a couple rallies ago, and now the big kill on the right side.
And she's really been on fire ever since that series against Georgia Tech. Here in the Covelli Center, she's really seemed to have woken up, and she's going to be utilized quite a bit. But you can't stop Chacoin.
Yeah, she really look at how much she leapt off the ground there. She's got a crazy vertical, and she managed to get that one up and tool it off the block of Thorpe, get that one out of bounds.
Actually somewhat undersized for her position. She's 5'10" as an outside hitter. Normally you see it 6 foot, if not upwards of that. But like you had talked about, that vertical, Connor, that allows her to really get it. It's a soft one over, but it's going to be a net violation for Purdue, and the Buckeyes are going to add on to their total.
Buckeyes up 9-7 now. It's been a really close one here so far as Sarah Sue Morbitzer comes in for Chelsea Thorpe, who's done a great job in that rotational outside hitter role.
And one of the captains on this team, a couple of more, Taylor, Rader, and Londot, along with Sarah Sue. Going all the way up. My goodness, Eva Hudson, that shows why she had one of the best seasons in Purdue volleyball history last year and continuing it now in 2023.
Big Ten Freshman of the Year and an All-American. Look at the power on that swing. You just saw it there at the left pin. Ohio State needs to keep her in check.
Cross-court dominance from her. But then you see her teammate on the other side, Anderson, the freshman. You can't stop her.
And there's something Shondell mentioned. She has that blocking ability as a 6'1" setter. She can get up there, Austin.
And also another thing to talk about, Connor, this team, they had 8 freshmen on their roster, one of the youngest teams Coach Shondell has put together, and that's not stopping them. They're ahead now.
Another free ball. These Purdue middles have taken advantage of stuff that's gone awry right over that net, and that time it was Raven Colvin. 6'1", she can take advantage.
Skimmerhorn is going to be the one hitting it up for the Boilermakers. Little crossbody shot from Rader, finds a back corner.
Buckeyes get back on the board. Riley Rader, she's a great offensive player too in that middle spot. And just like Brandewie I mentioned earlier, she can slide over to that right pin and make plays.
And it adds up to have so many different positions that can play so well. I mean, Connor, we've seen it, Sarah Sue, normally the libero, handing off the red jersey today to Kaylin Hoffman. And it's worked out like a treat for the Buckeyes.
And this season, Caitlin Hoffman has gotten a lot more of that work at the libero position. Sarah Sue, of course, seeing a ton of time still at more of a DS type of spot. But she can obviously take that libero option too. So can Sydney Taylor, who just subbed in, number 11 for the Buckeyes. They got a very versatile back row defense.
It's just top to bottom, one of the better programs to look at in the Big Ten on how they could do it. But same thing with Purdue. The Buckeyes from Tooman to Londot. There's another connection, another point.
And that's something Londot really knows how to do. She likes to hit into blocks a lot, but that time she did a good job of finding that soft spot in the Purdue back row, which is tough because they're one of the best back row defenses in the Big Ten, top 5 in digs per set.
And started up again with Rader. Oh my goodness, out of nowhere. Colvin, it looked like it was going to be set up for Chacoin, but she does it herself.
Colvin's been dominant here so far offensively. She's, I think, now 3 for 3 on her attacks so far.
Wouldn't be surprised to hear numbers like that. She is just so dominant top to bottom. The player, she is a little poke over. Saved by Heaney, but going back again. Londot hits the ground, 2 in a row.
And that time, Londot attacking the front row defense, hitting it down at the 10-foot line, going cross court. She's so good at it as we get another look here. And look at how she's able to avoid that big block of Colvin and Heaney right there on the left side. She's got such good vision. The
saying you normally hear for that is through traffic. So she's definitely working around traffic here as it is tied 12 apiece in set number 1. Miscommunication from the Buckeyes, but able to be smacked over by Hoffman. From the back line is Hudson. Out of nowhere, that vertical really showed up there.
Yeah, Hudson getting up from about the 10-foot line and making a big play. This has been a big offensive day for both of these teams. Purdue is hitting 333, Ohio State 357 so far. That's almost 100 points higher than their averages for the season.
You normally don't see those kind of a number. Colvin. Tooman again. Up at the top. And that's where that traffic comes in. You're gridlocked.
Yeah, and Chelsea Thorpe using that block to her advantage, kind of hitting it to the left so it would knock off the block, tool off of it, and out of play. So smart decision there by Thorpe.
Of course, first to 25 will win the set. 3 sets to win it. Purdue moving around with Heaney. That had some firepower on it. That went 5 rows deep.
Yeah, Heaney, she's really got some power at that right pin over there. Caitlin Hoffman, very good at that libero spot, over 3 digs per set. Even she couldn't handle that on that one. Heaney, don't underestimate her.
I don't think you can underestimate any of them. Hornung will set it up.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
This time.
It'll be up to Skimmerhorn to start it off for Purdue. And Sarah Sue Morbitzer hits it over to Rader.
And you saw a quick set that time from Mia Tooman. Rader hit it on the way up, and it looks like it surprised that Boilermaker defense right in the middle of the court. Great play.
Had some slice to it.
You can see Tooman's really developed a good rapport with her middles.
Just over the top. Hudson be saved back by the Buckeyes. A lot of ball movement here. Shacoin off the arm of Tooman again. We're going to see some really good defense going up against these pins, and we've seen it twice now. Resetting again for Londot. Hudson. Tooman. Can't be stopped. What a back and forth matchup. Boilermakers, they're going to come out on top.
What a rally that time. Ohio State tried to go in for the kill with Londot a handful of times there and eventually tried to end it with Rader right there. But that Boilermaker block, Austin, they're just tough to stop.
I mean, it's difficult to stop anybody, but the way they play, especially at that far side pin, they get up right in the middle, and just because of their wingspan and just length itself, they block everything. So it'll be up to Anderson. That one caroms away from the Buckeyes. Londot just going to miss that close side line. It's now 23-16.
A little long from Londot that time. When you have that power, sometimes I would imagine it would be tough to harness that sometimes, especially when you're going cross court and don't have a lot of real estate to work with.
Tooman to Londot. Misses again. Actually, they say it hits off the hand of Eva Hudson. The line judge originally called no, but the pin judge says, actually, it hit you.
That time, yeah, it kind of went right between a couple of defenders. Must have hit one of them on the side of the arm. Kind of tough to see from this angle.
Rader. Miscommunication from Purdue. Ohio State now within 5.
And for Rader, that's her second ace of the match so far. She's keeping them in this one, 23-18. Buckeyes need to go on a bit of a run if they want to stay in this first set.
They'll trust her with the rock again. Up at the front, the libero for Purdue, but you cannot stop somebody like Eva Hudson. She's got a cannon for her right arm.
Yeah, Eva Hudson, 3.9 kills per set on about a 270 hit percentage so far this year. She's efficient and deadly.
Purdue needs one more to take set one. Tooman tries it herself and finds some real estate.
That was such a well-placed ball that time by Mia Tooman. That ball was getting real close to the net on that one, and she read it so well, able to just pop it over the two blockers there for the Boilermakers and find that one little soft spot just behind the 10-foot line on the far side of the court.
See if she can find some magic. So Ohio State is really going to have to put one in here with Purdue needing just one. Hudson off the block, and great block by Brandewy. Off her hands again, but Purdue is going to strike first, and they will take set one. And that's also somewhat of a rival. So Ohio State and Taylor is going to start on the right side of the hardwood. Up at the top from Anderson. Hudson will hit it off, but saved again by the Buckeyes. Londot off the top block. Anderson from the left, now to the right.
And Anderson, right idea on that one, but maybe a little too much power because Londot put a lot of oomph into that one, right into the hands of Anderson, and that one ended up out of bounds. Great job by her.
Sometimes that cross-court switch can really get it to you. Hudson tries to go cross-court, but Londot saves it. Tooman back up to her off a couple Boilermakers, and that's going to go out of play. 2-0.
Another point off the swing of Emily Londot. She's been so consistent here to start the set here. 2 points, the first two for the Buckeyes.
See if they're going to keep going with Taylor. Actually punches that one over. Sets it up for Hudson to Anderson. Chicoine. That's just going to go left off the wrist of Londot.
Chicoine using Emily Londot's trick on her, hitting off of the block and out of bounds. Really an underrated aspect of hitting in volleyball, hitting off of that block.
And that's really an on-the-fly adjustment you have to make. Anderson now set it up. Sarah Sue Morbitzer. Short one over from Londot. Skimmerhorn up to that left to Heaney. Great save by the Buckeyes. Going back and forth, and it hits off the hand to Heaney.
And that's more power from that Ohio State side. Another one bounced off the hands of the Purdue defender there. I think that was Emily Londot again on the swing. She's just so good.
It's really hard to get her out of the play, whether she's setting up for teammates or going in for the kill herself. Rader hits it over originally. Purdue does get a couple of chances. Back to Londot again. Off the flying fist of Skimmerhorn, and it's another point for the Buckeyes.
And Skimmerhorn, usually very sure-handed in that back row defense. She had 24 digs against Indiana in their last matchup. Get another look at this one. It's like a heat-seeking missile from Londot on a rope over to Skimmerhorn and out of play.
Full somersault for her there. As that was from Anderson to Colvin, and Ohio State doing a great job on the block to save it. Back over, Anderson. Hudson just misses the diving attempt to Rader.
And there's Hudson, great placement on that one. Just barely missing that outstretched arm of Rader like you just said as they switch her out for Brandewy.
Get some more big bodies in Brandewy, the 6'3" freshman from Columbus. Back up again, Heaney finds some flooring.
And there's that free ball that Purdue's taken advantage of a couple of times. This time, that one, it was in perfect position for Heaney to do whatever she wanted with that one, and she slammed that one down with authority.
Buckeyes going to try to answer back. Couple in a row for Purdue. Londot off some arms. Skimmerhorn back up. Anderson to Colvin. Saved again by that diving stop there. Back over again. Londot always seems to find an answer.
I mean, who else but Londot? 22 kills last match against Illinois, and she's already got 9 on a red-hot 368 hitting percentage. We get another look. The high set, and this time she goes at Skimmerhorn again, finding her and kind of dominating on that side.
Yeah, if you can find somebody who's off balance, why would you not abuse it? So Ohio State up 5-3. Going to try to do it again. That recent check-in was Thorpe. She saved it with her left. Multiple sets up. Defense is going to be the name of the game. Good diving save from Hoffman. And that one's going to hit the foot of Hoffman. She tried to get back. You cannot stop the authority of Raven Colvin.
Went up in the middle there for Colvin, but I want to talk about that. Those two plays from the Buckeyes defense, first by Sydney Taylor to knock it over on the first hit, and then from Caitlin Hoffman to keep it alive on the second return. They couldn't keep it up the whole time, but just Herculean efforts.
High-flying serve up at the top. Now on the right side, some pinballs from the front three of Purdue. Had some backspin on that one, gonna go over. Thorpe had a line violation.
I think that was actually an extra hit on that one from Thorpe. They couldn't quite get the right angle on that one to get it over the net, and Thorpe just had to tap that one over and take the penalty.
You know, I believe you're right. I'll give it to you. 1-0 Connor Shue. And there's a service error.
Service error that time. I mean, the Buckeyes will take that every time they can get. And this is something we haven't seen too much recently from either of the teams. This is the second service error of the game. Usually we've seen a little more of that from either of these squads.
They've been able to dial it in as of recent. So Londot will serve it up. Chacoin back up at the top from Anderson to Hudson. Like clockwork, there's another one.
Hudson's been tough to stop in this one so far. She's without an attack error in this match, and that's her 6th kill already to go with a couple digs and a block.
It's hard to stop.
I mean, absolutely. There's a reason she was that Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year.
Hornung comes in for Heaney and will start off right away. Ohio State playing at the top of the block. Thorpe, she's gonna hit that back line.
Perfect placement by Chelsea Thorpe on that one, going as far back as she possibly could. Pinpoint accuracy from Chelsea, who's been so efficient so far. 5 kills on 7 attacks now.
She finds some room. It's going to be hard to stop her. Skimmerhorn to Anderson. To Hudson. Too much on it.
And that time Hudson, we've talked about it earlier with Londa, when you have such a strong arm, sometimes it can probably be hard to control.
8-6. Buckeyes are ahead in set 2. They are down 1-0. Chacoin misses that back left corner. She thought she got it. Line judge says no siree, 9-6 now.
That one was close. She tried to do what Chelsea Thorpe did on that last rally, but her attempt was just a little long.
Hoffman. Chacoin sets it up. Anderson tries to sneak over. Riley Rader says no, no, no.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
See if they can step it up, down 7. Chacoin. Anderson back to Chacoin. Found some room, but actually too much on it. That's going to be a violation and a point to the Bucks.
Again, when you have that much power and you try to go cross court with the little amount of court you have, when you're going up towards the 10-foot line, it's got to be so hard to make a play and find your spot.
Tooman has really been setting up her teammates well. Colvin tries one. Will rebound it. Chacoin, cross-body. Brandewie to Londot, a high one. That one's off the arms at the front. That was Heaney. Just going pin to pin now. Londot. Anderson to Chacoin. A fake one. Smack over from Brandewie. Twice now. Back to it. That's that big block at the top, but the Buckeyes step away with it.
The Buckeyes are so resilient in that front. You saw Brandewie and Thorpe make a couple plays in the front row, getting crucial digs on a couple blocks. As we see the finisher here, Londot went in for the kill, and there's that big block from Purdue that Londot has really used to her advantage, as that one was knocked over and into the line judge's ladder.
His sphere of influence, so to speak. Heaney tries to get back into it, and after her mistake, she answers back with a Purdue point.
Knocks that one over, and it looks like Londot tried to return it, but it got under her hand a little bit. look at the stats here. Overall, 2 total blocks for Purdue and 3 total for Ohio State. So that's another highlight right there. It's been more of an offensive match.
Emily Brown is stepping in for the first time for Purdue tonight. Londot, back to her. Great save by Anderson. Heaney running towards the stands. Hudson tries. You could see Brandewie didn't expect it. Purdue's excited.
Tough play to make on defense right there, Austin. That one comes sneaking over, and then Brandewie tried to make a play on it, and so did Thorpe. Big dive at the left pin to try to keep that one up, but it found ground first.
20-13, Ohio State is ahead. And a service error from Emily Brown will flip it over, and it's 21-13.
Only the second service error of the game for Purdue. Rough time to get that second one as well as Ohio State. They're up by 8 right now, Austin. They're in a prime position to go on a quick run and end the set.
Just need 4 to even it at 1 set apiece. It'll be Londot serving it in. We saw Thorpe. It seemed that Anderson from the Boilermakers was going to get it. Chelsea says, no, it's going to be all mine.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that one, the ball kind of hung up there over the net for a second, and Thorpe saw the opportunity, just kind of poked it over. And it looks like Purdue just didn't really expect it. I think they were waiting for that one to drop on the Ohio State side.
Now up by 9. Purdue's going to try to move it. Heaney again. That lefty at the right pin has been working like a treat so far.
Yeah, Heaney's been really good this game. I mean, in prepping for this game, I was looking for a lot of Eva Hudson and Chloe Chicoine, and while they've been very impactful so far this game, Grace Heaney is someone who's come up in a big way that at least I didn't expect.
2023 season player to watch, along with her teammate Chicoine. She will be subbed out for this one. Skimmerhorn tried to dive for it, just got a bit of the ground, and now Ohio State just needs 2.
Yeah, that's such a tough play when you make that type of effort to keep the ball in play and it just barely gets the ground next to your hand. All that effort kind of gone to waste on that rally.
Ohio State going to go defensive heavy as they bring Hoffman back. Colvin. And she set it up for Myers.
Myers did a good job of tooling that one off the block of Riley Rader. And if you know how to work a block, I mean, who better to know that than a middle blocker herself attacking?
See, you know, I don't think I could set it up like that. I could sure try, right? I mean, anyone at home, I believe they could think they could do it. The last time I played volleyball, I was hit in the face. So I've kind of stepped away and kind of gone more into the broadcast booth.
I think I could say the same for my volleyball experience. Both of us don't have the most expertise in that field playing-wise.
Chicoine sure does. Bucks are going to try with Rader. She finds some real estate in between 3 Boilermakers, and Ohio State just needs 1 more point to secure it.
And then you hear this arena starting to explode as Rader found the middle of the floor, kind of had Skimmerhorn crossed up.
Anderson tried it. Morbitzer with the setup. Off the net, saved alive. Purdue going to try to move it. And that's where you're going to see Lourdes Myers. She found a triangle of space and she took it.
They're not dead yet in this set, Austin. Great setup that time from Anderson to Myers on the right side. We can see for both of these teams, their middles are great hitters.
Shoes being slapped on the floor from the student section. Rader got a hit off the netting. And just like you said, Connor, Purdue's still alive.
Purdue, they're not letting Ohio State go quietly in this one. 24-17, they've picked up a couple points straight.
It'll be Skimmerhorn with the serve. Ohio State, couple of passes around. They find some real estate and they take set 2.
Got it off the double hit there from Purdue. Tough way to finish it.
Purdue will start on the right side of the court on this one. Ohio State on the left. Tuman to Londot. Hudson will save it. Said there's a line violation. Fingers over the net. So Ohio State will strike again.
Ohio State getting off to a quick start just like they did last set. They got that first point and they held the momentum for the rest of the time. We'll see if they can do something similar here.
Keep starting off again with Rader. Chacoin to Anderson. Colvin with the fake out. Couple underhanded passes. Londot overhand. Skimmerhorn. Hudson. Ohio State saving and moving. Great rally from both sides at this point. Heaney tries and she connects.
Heaney, great placement there on the right side. It's kind of tough to do that when you're using that opposite hand, trying to keep it on the right side as a lefty hitter. Obviously, you're going to be more inclined to hit it on that right side and not keep it straight.
Tumen. Ohio State really trying to move it at this point. Tumen back again, first to Brandewie, that time to Londot, and too much fire.
Little long off the hand of Emily Londot there. Good set and had that right idea, trying to go for the corner just like Heaney did on the previous rally, but a little too much power, as you said.
Hudson again, as Purdue is up 2-1 in set number 3. A couple of set overs, back to the main potential of Londot, and she strikes again.
Londot, 14th kill in the match after going for 22 against Illinois last match back on Friday. Having a nice weekend.
How can you not? You roll off the tone of one game to another, and that's actually something Coach Dave Shondell talked about. They used to do Friday, Saturdays. Now they do Wednesday, Saturdays, and it allows for better communication. And look at the communication there from Purdue. Thorpe tries it. She's going to make some contact, but another point.
Austin Thorpe has been incredible today. She's 9 for 12 on her attacks right now. That's some type of accuracy that you don't normally see on the volleyball court. Beautiful back set, too, by Mia Tumen over to Chelsea Thorpe. That's not something she's done too often this match. Really threw the Purdue defense off guard.
Purdue trying to set it up to Chacoin. Off the fingers, but called from Hoffman. Tumen again to Thorpe. Great save there from Hudson, but too much to go out. Chelsea Thorpe, who's going to stop her?
Chelsea Thorpe again. I mean, yeah, who's going to stop her? I got nothing else to say on that one. She has been incredible today.
Tumen has been the point guard, so to speak, that Ohio State has needed. And they have a 2-point lead in set number 3. Colvin with a light tap over. Tumen again. Londot finds some space. We saw Chacoin and Anderson go, but fell in between both of their hands.
And Londot, that's not something you normally see from her on an attack. Obviously, most of the time she's going 90, 100% with her swings, but that time really drawing back the aggression and letting that one just careen into open space.
Chacoin sets it up to her teammate, back to her. 1-2 switcheroo, it's a point for Purdue.
A little too much power on that one for the Buckeye block.
See what Purdue can do in this one. Going with Raven Colvin to set it up. Haven't seen her do that much since really the first set. The flat-handed serve. Tumen behind the back. Thorpe. Good save from Colvin. Anderson to Chacoin. These fronts have been insane for both sides, but Purdue finds the upper hand.
Purdue, they're starting to get back into it. Ohio State made that quick 3-0 run after Purdue went up 2-1, but they're starting to get that momentum back in their favor.
And that's what it takes. You just got to win 1 or 2, and then boom, there you have it. Colvin over to Hoffman. Tumen still setting up to Londot. I mean, at this point, my goodness.
I mean, Londot, she's been incredible today, taking advantage of that block at the top and knocking it off their hands. And at the same time, I think they committed a net violation on that one.
It was. Good catch. So Londot will start it up here. Saved by Chacoin. Anderson back to Heaney. Left side at that far pin. A save going over the scorer's table. My goodness. Sydney Taylor's back in play. Tumen to Londot. Great rally from both sides here. Hudson to Hoffman. Tooman to Thorpe. Great block at the top, Purdue.
At that left pin, Austin, Purdue has been lethal with that block. That time, that was Chicoine getting up on that one. 5'10", but we've talked about it. She can jump out of the gym.
It'll be Allie Hornung now. As it is 6-5, Ohio State. Purdue has crawled their way back into it. It seemed to go over the head of Taylor. She actually ducked out of the way, but it was too close. It's 6-6.
Yeah, it kind of crossed her up there. You could see the look on her face after that one went by her. She kind of realized that it was going to be inbounds just a bit too late.
It's like throwing a beach ball and it lands too soon. Ohio State with the attack at the beginning, but you can't stop those big ones in the middle. That was Lourdes Myers.
Lourdes Myers has made a great impact today so far, Austin. Looking at her stats so far, she's got 8 kills, actually the leader in that department for the Boilermakers.
They now have the lead, and just as I said, we're tied at 7.
And Ohio State answering right back. And volleyball is really a sport of runs, as we've seen so far this game. Purdue will go on a quick 2-0, 3-0 run, and then Ohio State will answer back. Right now, we're on the ladder.
Hoffman will serve it up. Couple taps over to Chicoine. Tooman's up to Londot. Off the top again.
That middle, Austin, they are really just so impactful as we've seen today. They've done great things for this Purdue team. They're very good offensively, and of course defensively, they're like a brick wall.
Defense has really been the name of the game at this point. You haven't seen that through the first 2 sets. Set 3 might be a change of pace. Chicoine off Londot. Tooman hits it back over. Sydney Taylor. She hits that back corner even. She's surprised.
That one was, I mean, as close as you could possibly get on the hit as we see a couple of rotations. Morbitzer and Kamaya Gibson coming back in for the Buckeyes, holding on to that tie ball game here in the 3rd.
Morbitzer dribbling with this 8-8 tie. Anderson to Hudson. Could not be saved from Londot. Just going to fly away.
Yeah, that's a tough ball to make contact on. It looks like Londot took maybe the wrong read on it, and it ended up just getting her on the right fist and went flying in the other direction all the way almost back to the scoreboard.
I mean, you got to put your body on the line, but when it's going that fast, I don't even think a brick wall could stop it.
Just got to put 2 hands on that ball.
That was Taylor. She tried with a little tap over. Violation for Purdue. So it'll go to Ohio State.
That has to be a lift or something on Purdue. It was kind of hard to tell exactly what happened there. No one was at the net. There wasn't an extra hit. Tough break for Purdue.
Sydney Taylor just gets a clean one over the line. But there's a reason Eva Hudson plays that left pin.
Eva Hudson, I mean, she knows how to bring 2 defenders together, because when you're on defense and you have a ball coming straight at you, you need to communicate and see who's going to go get it. Ohio State, they need to kind of get that communication in more if they're going to keep getting digs on these big swings.
Morbitzer now up from Gibson. Londot tried it. Ohio State calls for the fingertips. Let's see if Flynn Oldenburg feels the same thing and goes for a challenge.
Yeah, that was close. I think we saw Colvin get up there right at the net. You know, I think we were talking about the wrong play on the challenge there, discussing whether Raven Colvin had been over the net or not.
Ohio State going to try to answer back, and they do. Riley Rader.
I mean, if there's anyone who knows how to get a rally going, it's Riley Rader over there moving to the right side and using that big swing to her advantage, finding that left corner for the kill.
Hoffman comes out for Eloise Brandewie. It is 10-11 Purdue. That was a fake play from Purdue, and it almost worked to perfection. But that doesn't work. Can't put a body there. Emily Londot's going to use it.
Another Ohio State point. They didn't like the way that call went, and then they pick up another one on the kill, tied up at 11.
And this is where that back and forth dogfight comes into play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Purdue just trying to find anything they can. A couple setups for Hudson running towards the bench. Ohio State hitting it over their heads. Anderson, the tip over from Colvin, could not get stopped. And Purdue able to reset, readjust, and get another one.
We've had a couple rallies like this, Austin, where Ohio State's been backed up almost all the way back to their own bench, and they've had to make some heroic plays to keep the ball in play, but then Purdue comes back and slams it down, just shutting the door on every single one.
And Ohio State trying to find some room. Gibson is back in to really set it up. The fake setup with the left hand from Chicoine will allow for a reset for the Buckeyes and a pushover with the fingers, knuckleballing one to that far side. It's 12-12.
I think she got that one before the Purdue defense could even react over there on the left side. That setup was moving towards the net, and Londot hit it perfectly just over the net, popping that one, almost like palming it. That one was hit on a line, down the line, and it found a soft spot in the defense.
Mia Tuman's going to try to keep up this offense. Heaney goes to the left side. She finds it. She's going through traffic and still finding open lanes.
Heaney, we've talked about her a couple times and her impact in the game today. For her, looking at the statistics right now, that's already her 8th kill on 15 swings. No attack errors either.
Let that sink in for a second. Too much on it there from Sydney Taylor, so it'll be 14-12.
Yeah, trying to get a clean bump on that one, but that was a powerful service there by Raven Colvin, and yeah, got a little bit too much of it on the hands and ended up hitting the pin.
See if Colvin can do it again. And there's a service error.
And there it is. That's number 4 for Purdue now on the day. Kind of been getting in their own way on that sense, and Ohio State only 1 on the match so far today. In Ohio State this season, they've got 126 service errors in their time on the court through the 16 games.
Chelsea Thorpe, how do you do?
Chelsea Thorpe, she stays perfect essentially on the court right now. That's 11 kills now for her, utilizing that free ball off the hands of Chloe Chicoine near that near side. Really knows how to handle a ball.
Anderson to Chicoine. Saved up in the air from Hoffman. Back to Thorpe. That one's going to be blocked and off the face of Brandewie. So the front 2 on that right pin are going to strike back.
And there's Chicoine coming right back and making a play off of the error off of her hands. And then making an impact right up front. That was actually Heaney and Myers on the block at that time, combining on the right side.
Allie Hornung's back in. 1 gray and 1 pink sock. Tuman to Londot, the fake. That one whirlwinds its way around and stays in Purdue's territory. The set over. Bump to Thorpe. That one's off the chest of Hudson. Back to Chicoine, right to the ground. Thorpe from offense to defense, and she gets some help from Brandewie.
Talk about power, Austin. Chelsea Thorpe, she's been all over on that right pin so far today. This time knocking Chloe Chicoine over. She tried to go for it, and then there was Brandewie and Thorpe on that right side. When you have their wingspans at the block, it's very hard to get past them.
Anderson will set up to Hudson. That one's going to carry him off the hands of Hoffman. So Purdue, they don't have a chance, and then immediately they're right back into it, and that shows their dominance.
I mean, when you have a player like Eva Hudson on that side, like Chloe Chicoine, you're never really out of a game.
It's a good way to put it. When you have the pieces needed, or the keys to open any door, so to speak, you're never going to be locked out.
And if anyone knows that, it's Dave Shondell in his 21st year.
Even with the young team, he's been so surprised by their success. Even with the small faults like that, the fact that they're staying in it really shows that they've played up to their leadership and been ready for Big Ten play.
Absolutely, they've managed to find a way to stay in this set here as Ohio State ties it up at 16-all. This one's been a dogfight.
16-all. Morbitzer with the light tap over. Myers originally had it. Londot's tall frame saves it. Back up there for Taylor. Tried to be saved around, hit off a couple Boilermakers. Point to the Buckeyes.
Point Buckeyes, and that's a big one. Swinging this set back in their favor, 17-16. This is the first one that's been this close. The first two, Purdue dominated in the first and Ohio State dominated in the second.
Skimmerhorn originally had it out of nowhere. Lourdes Myers.
Lourdes Myers, she's got a big arm and she knows how to use it right there. Kind of eating up Londot and Morbitzer right there, both trying to save this one. Couldn't quite handle it.
That 10-foot line doesn't seem as far away when you have her kind of wingspan.
No, absolutely not. Seems like she can find anywhere on the court.
She's a high flyer in the truest of senses. A set up there from Gibson, but too much on it from Taylor. Cannot hit that back right corner.
You know, something I've noticed on that Ohio State side, this is one of the first games where they've actually rotated Gibson and Tuman. Usually it's been one or the other starting and then finishing the entire game, but it's an interesting look from Jen Flynn-Oldenburg to use both of them consistently.
Gibson over the top to Rader. Saved again, and this is where you're going to see someone like Colvin and Anderson go on that 1-2 game. They tried to do it. Ohio State had a little too little. So Skimmerhorn will start it off with a high lofter. Rader tried to use some magic to find it. Purdue tried to do the same with Colvin. Back up to Hudson, little poke over. They say she goes too far. The pin judge agrees.
Yeah, that one clipped that left pin right there. Can't really do that.
No, you cannot. Did a two-time captain in Sydney Taylor. Flat-footed serve. There's a service error for the Buckeyes.
Tough break for them. Got within one and then gifting Purdue the point to get into the 20s here. Only 5 points away from that set win.
Of course, in sets 1-3, you got to hit the 25 mark, but you also do have to win by 2. So keep that in mind here. It's very close. Morbitzer up at the top to Tuman. Rader hits off Hudson. Back again. And we saw Colvin. She gets up and she gets at it.
And Colvin yet again hitting that one straight down on the Buckeye side. Not a lot you can do with that when it's going completely vertical.
21-18, Purdue is up in set number 3. Morbitzer to Gibson. My goodness. Purdue cannot be stopped at the far pins.
No, absolutely not. You see it's Raven Colvin leading the charge over there on the block. It's so tough to find a way to get through that, especially when Ohio State goes to Emily Londot so much on that left pin. Eventually you're going to find a way to neutralize it a little bit when you have that type of talent.
Hoffman recently checked in and already getting involved in the defense. Skimmerhorn with the save. Anderson to Hudson. Hoffman's back. Tuman to Londot, and they are there again. Purdue just needs 2 more to take set 3. Morbitzer to Tuman. And there she goes again. Emily Londot brings her within 4.
And you know how I said earlier about how once you go to her so many times on that left side, if you're a team like Purdue, you eventually figure it out. You never have it all the way figured out when you have someone as talented as Emily Londot.
It's like tying your shoelaces. You can get it down to a pat, but there's always going to be that mistake or two. Colvin was off the assist from Taylor. Tried to get back on defense. Chacoin does a somersault, can't stop it.
Chacoin went airborne to try to get that one, and it nicked the end of her hand, and that one ended up a Buckeye point. They're picking up a couple in a row here, threatening to come right back into this one.
Rader from Hudson. Back to her. Good block from Morbitzer. Further set over as Ohio State trying to switch up their game plan on the fly. Rader calls for it to Londot. Fake out and a save. This is going to be a back and forth one here. Brandewee goes cross body and then gets back on defense.
What a block by Lois Brandewee right on the middle there. I mean, you saw them try to go up for their hitters on that left side, and she read.
21-23, the score is Purdue with the lead. And they're going to keep up with it. Ava Hudson.
Oh my gosh, Ava Hudson, she is almost unstoppable when she gets a running start there up front, hitting her at the apex of her jump. Not many are as powerful.
One more point and Purdue has a 2-1 set lead. Ohio State going to have to really slow down their heartbeat here. And they can't do it. Raven Colvin is the reason for point 25, and the Boilermakers are up 2-1.
Number 14, Penn State, just about a week ago. That one went all the way to 5 sets, but the Buckeyes lost in the end.
I mean, the gauntlet of their schedule doesn't get any easier, and right back to it, Raven Colvin switches sides, but keeps getting more points.
Raven Colvin made a huge impact. She was part of that block that ended the 3rd set, and now getting the first point of the 4th set.
Anderson to Tuman. Back up to the top. Rader is able to find some space.
Riley Rader coming right back. Middle blocker and middle blocker getting those first 2 points on either side. Riley Rader, she's made a big impact today herself. 400 hit percentage, 8 kills.
Actions speak louder than words, even though those stats sound pretty darn good. Eva Hudson is going to be roaming a lot more. Same thing with Chacoin, but she cannot block it.
And again, it's a middle. This time it's Brandewee making an impact.
And that's where those digs and blocks and just chances to put your body on the line are exactly what you need to do, and sometimes they just don't work out for you. Hudson to Anderson. Colvin finds some ground. Rader tried to stop it. It goes off of her left knuckle, and it's another point for Purdue.
Raven Colvin, a name we've said a lot in the past few minutes of this broadcast for good reason. Her impact cannot be understated.
She was a 2022 second team All Big Ten, and no surprise, she's an in-state product as well, coming from Indianapolis. And Londot, an in-Ohio product as well, answers right back.
And Emily Londot, they're going to keep looking to her no matter how much Purdue expects Ohio State to go her way. They're going to keep swinging with her. And that's been the team's motto, just keep swinging throughout this year. And you can see that's what they're doing here.
Just keep swinging. I like it. Anderson to Chacoin. Too much on it. We saw the diving attempt from Taylor. She was a couple feet too short.
Yeah, that one just kind of floated over to that left side on the Buckeye part of the court, and they just couldn't really do a whole lot with it. Taylor made a great effort to go and try and get that one, but wasn't quite there.
A couple of substitutions here. See that Emily Brown is in for Raven Colvin. Hoffman up to the top. That was Chacoin a part of that one blocking party. And great defense from the Boilermakers, but right into the net with the palm of her hand. Ohio State gets another one.
Yeah, tough read on that one from Eva Hudson. You got to put some loft on that ball when you're hitting it behind the 10-foot line. And it looks like she kind of got her hand over the ball on accident, and when you can't put any air under it, it's not going to get over the net.
4-3, Ohio State is leading in set 4. Anderson. And there's Heaney again out of nowhere. She takes a few minutes off and answers right back in her time given.
And Heaney been so good. They've started 3 pin hitters today, and I think that's really been a big part of the Purdue success today. They've gone offense first, and it's gotten them to hitting just under 300 today.
And Heaney comes right out for Hornung, and so we just talked about. She gets her moments and answers, and then will go sit and really just rejuvenate herself. Hudson right into the middle of some Buckeyes. Thorpe off the top of hands. Set back up on the crossbody. Chicoine uses the left. Ohio State going to try it again, but Purdue going to do what they can. And there's the poke over. Lauren Murphy, the freshman from Round Rock, Texas, gets in and answers quickly.
Lauren Murphy, highly touted recruit, 6'4". She's very tall, and she can make a big impact on this Buckeye team. She's got a lot of playing time so far this year.
Especially against Illinois. She played in 4 sets and had 9 kills along with 5 digs. And Chicoine finds the hands of Tumen, and that one floats off out of bounds.
Yeah, tough read on that one when it's moving on a line off the hand of Chicoine. She's so powerful.
Coach Shondell had said he's never seen a player get as much done as she has in her career before stepping foot on a college campus. And that really only speaks to it. She's a USA under-21 gold medalist with Team USA for volleyball, but even the best of the best sometimes make errors.
Yeah, I mean, and when you have a serve like that where you're throwing it all the way up in the air and trying to almost spike it down in a way on an arc, it's tough to get that one precisely over the net when it has that type of downward movement, and that time it ended up in the net.
Morbitzer did start with it, and Chicoine is back on offense. Rader tried to find it. No fingers were hit for Purdue. So it's another point going the way of the Boilermakers.
Start of this one's been pretty back and forth, just like the last set. 6 overall. Also for Ohio State, we see Kamaya Gibson come back in for Mia Tumen.
Skimmerhorn will hit it right into the middle to Hoffman. You had said she came back in. That was Gibson. Going up to the corner, it said that there was an error on Purdue. So Ohio State, regardless of the outcome of the serve, they're going to get a point.
And Ohio State getting a free one there. Good break for them. We'll see if they can do anything with the extra.
Be Lauren Murphy, her first serve of the afternoon. And right into the ground, a service ace for the freshman.
Lauren Murphy, you couldn't have placed it better. Got that one just in front of Eva Hudson to the point where she couldn't really make any type of move to go get it.
It's a flat and clean serve. Can't do much with it. So she'll try her luck again. Anderson up to Hudson. Off the hands, but a good save by the libero and Hoffman. Throw over from Gibson. But Purdue is going to try to find some room, and there she is again.
Good attempt on the block there from Gibson and Rader, but couldn't quite place it in the right spot. With that type of power, again, we've spoken about it so many times, it's hard to really accurately place it off your hands.
Purdue's outside hitting is one of their main benefactors for their success, and it's really shown so far. But Ohio State is going to have to move any way they can possible, and Chicoine is one of those bodies. Gibson up to Londot. Skimmerhorn saves it and sends it high. Up to Hudson. Off the hands, a potential dive save from Taylor, but goes right between the wickets.
It's been tough for Taylor in that left side over there. Purdue's really been picking on that area of the court and getting it close. I think they need to, I mean, they're doing it right now. They have Morbitzer and Taylor in close on that corner. They just need to be in that spot.
See if Purdue tries to go weak side, and they do. But Ohio State goes with their weak side and scores it.
Get it over to Riley Rader and have her do something with it. She's been incredible this year. 366 hit percentage, 9th in the Big Ten coming into this game. And today, she's hitting 353.
Hoffman out for the cross-body threat and Brandewie. Anderson up to Colvin. She's back in. Too much pop.
Another big point for Ohio State, just letting that one go. Smart decision by everyone on defense.
Ohio State now leading at 10-8. in set number 4. They are down 2-1 on the match today. Crossbody attempts. I mean, you heard the loud smack from Hudson. So Ohio State's going to try to set it back up. We'll see how Purdue answers back. Good rally on both sides. To the attacking attempt. Gibson goes from assisting to doing it herself.
And Gibson, she's someone who's really good at sneaking that one over at 6'1" at that setter position, just like Taylor Anderson on the other side. She's found a way to sneak it over often for points.
And she led West Virginia, where she transferred from last year in assists, but she's also getting in on the kill party today. And Ohio State gets another one back on some miscorrections from Purdue. It'll be Rader with the serve, with the 4-point lead for her side. And Heaney's back. And there's an error on her, and Ohio State's going to get to her quickly. But you can even see Coach Dave Shondell. He's mouthing off not only to some of the officials, but to his team on maybe what to talk about. And he does to Hudson.
Yeah, they look a little bit confused. I think they're trying to, and they get the point overturned instantly with no real challenge there. Eva Hudson just had to say a couple of words to the official.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Guess so.
It is now 12-9.
Ohio State still holding on to a 3-point lead.
Hoffman to Gibson. Her to Londot off the hand of the diving Skimmerhorn. And now it's 13.
And they've done a great job of playing against Skimmerhorn here and kind of hitting it towards her offhand there. She's averaged 4.2 digs per set, one of the best marks in the Big Ten so far this season. And today, she's only had, looking at it right now, well, 11 digs today, but they made some plays against her.
And Heaney comes back at that near side pin. But Londot shows her stellar defense. And that's where you're going to see some miscommunications allow for another Buckeye point.
Ohio State starting to run away with this one. They had that 4-0 run to get up 12-8, and now they've scored a couple more off the overturned call.
And Connor, you said it, the noise of the Covelli Center doesn't allow for teams to really know what's going on. And we've seen that a couple times here with Purdue. But Colvin, my goodness, back in the party.
I think you could say Colvin knew what was going on that time, Austin.
She might have been blindfolded and still was able to get it. Nobody was near that one. And Purdue is back within striking distance.
Colvin up to double-digit kills as well. Third Boilermaker up there now.
Emily Brown did go in with the serve. It had some pop to it. Thorpe's also had some pop to it. Brown to Chacoin. To McClure. To Hudson. And there's at the back, Emily Londot.
And there's Emily Londot. We haven't said her name a ton this set. It's been a lot of work from the middle blockers, but she's always going to make her impact felt.
You see the number on her chest and on her back. That's how many kills she has today against Purdue.
And how many she had last game against Illinois.
Must love the number 22. Brown to Anderson to Chacoin. And that's where you see the former number 1 overall prospect really getting involved.
She's got that great vision, as we've talked about before, knowing how to work a block. Brandewee and Thorpe were there, but she did a great job of hitting it off to the left.
Hornung is back in for Heaney. A common switch off for Coach Shondell. And that tap over from Murphy as she's back in as well. And then gets right back to it at the front. She's even surprised she blocked it.
Yeah, and that time Hudson, she hit that one with a little bit too much arc as well, which helped it out. So that and the block by Murphy and Brandewee, recipe for another Buckeye point.
If Ohio State can win this one, of course it goes to 25. Set 5 only goes to 15, win by 2. But Purdue is still trying to climb back. It's 16-12.
I mean, Purdue is resilient. I think Mia Tooman, she described them as scrappy ahead of the game here, and they've surely shown that today.
high serve from Chicoine. And there was Tuman. She's getting into it along with Rader. And we see Lauren Murphy going to work today. She's putting on a clinic.
Lauren Murphy playing pretty well here in this fourth set here. Her second kill of the set. She's got an ace and a block to go with it, making her presence felt. Been on the court a lot this year.
In 8 attempts, she already has 2 kills, so she's doing pretty well. We'll be back to Morbitzer, who's back in. She's going to get back in on defense. And we are going to see Lauren Murphy still really attacking in that middle ground. We saw it there on defense, and then going at this coin. Hudson. And it hits off the hands of Kamaya Gibson.
And that's tough. You have to just keep selling out for that block every time when you have hitters like Chicoine and Hudson on the other side. And sometimes that results in plays like that where you get it knocked off your fingertips. That's just going to happen.
Ohio State not sure who was going to go for that one. It was a mixture of Hoffman and Morbitzer, but able to keep it alive. See if they can go at the front of the Boilermakers, and they answer right back. That was Anderson and Colvin. As the Buckeye faithfuls are trying to get in the minds of Purdue fans and their players. And Rader finds a little tap over, but Purdue's able to save it. And a good save there by Hoffman. Back over for Murphy, a diving stop from Skirmerhorn. And there's another attack for Purdue and another outside hitter, that being Hudson.
And yet again, it knocks off the fingertips of a Buckeye blocker. Good idea there, but sometimes you just can't get that high.
Skimmerhorn has been pretty good on the serving today. Murphy getting some key playing time, and it's working out for her.
And good job by Murphy there, giving Purdue a taste of their own medicine, hitting that one off of their block. And this time that one found the 10-foot line before it found any Purdue players.
Sometimes you don't have to use all that air to get some space. You just got to use your fingertips to get it. Murphy off the mitts of Hudson, back up to her, and she sends it back to Murphy and says, what are you going to do about that one?
Yeah, tough positioning there by the Buckeye defense. Murphy and Hoffman kind of stood up on that one a little bit, didn't get down to really dig that one out. Just got to be in a little bit of a better position, especially when you have hitters who are so powerful on that Purdue side.
18-16 now, the Buckeyes are ahead. On the ground for a dig was Hoffman. Moving around a lot of defenders, but one who has stayed strong is Hudson. And it worked out for her again. Off the hands of Morbitzer, but right into the netting.
Yeah, great effort by Morbitzer on that one. Able to get a fist under it and poke it back up in the air, but no Buckeye on the front row could really get a hold of it. So Purdue, they get another one, and they're within one.
Purdue wins it. It is match for them. And there's a service ace for them. It's 18-all.
And there you have it again. Taylor Anderson just finding the soft spot in that defense. Now it's all knotted up at 18 apiece.
Came into this one leading the team with 484 assists, adding on 46 on the day. Gibson up to Londot. Good save from the front and Skimmerhorn. And Heaney's back in and answers again.
And Heaney, she has been so good so far today for this Boilermakers team. We've said her name so many times already, and that's her 11th kill. Now she's the 4th Boilermaker in double-digit kills.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So Purdue still going with Anderson. Ohio State still going with Londot. Does not work for them on that one. And Purdue just needs 5 and they close it. Of course, easier said than done, but they have to be as dominant as they have been all day. Anderson going for 21 here. Fake over from Rader will allow Ohio State to reset at the front. Heaney goes in again. How many times can you say her name? I'm going to keep doing it if she's still doing it.
Heaney just balling out today. 579 hit percentage now. 12 kills now. An assist, 3 digs, 4 blocks. Filling up the stat sheet.
And some of the Purdue fans who have made the trip from West Lafayette making some noise. Ohio State going to try to find a way they can with Londot. And it worked on that one. 21-19.
Coach Dave Shondell, he said that's something they've seen that Londot likes to do. Hit into the block and work it. And that's what she did that time. That's what she does best. And if they can keep doing that with Londot, maybe they find their way back into this set.
Rader with the setup. Heaney again. Able to keep her out of the scoring column. That one's going to fathom its way out and just be hit everywhere from Purdue, and too much on it again. Purdue is on a burner.
That's just a tough play right there. Londot tried to smack that one down, go cross court with it, but just barely missed that far touchline.
And they hit it about as far away as they can in the back and then as far away as they can towards the scorer's table, and still came out on top with the point. Rader was moving over, but nothing good. Ohio State answers back.
That time Londot went for a similar play, and that time she found her spot on that far side of the court.
Now within 2, of course it is win by 2.
Take a look at it again at that left pin. That's where Londot, she makes her living.
It'll be Tooman up to serve. Skimmerhorn up at the top. Colvin hit the top of the net, so Ohio State stays alive here. And they answer again. Emily Londot, my goodness.
Got 25 so far today.
See if she can keep tallying them on. Chacoin is going to be blocked at the ground from Hoffman, but they answer right back. How do you stop her?
Free ball over on that right pin. And not a whole lot you can do when that one is going right into the breadbasket of Chacoin. Lined up perfectly for the hit.
Big smile on her face is when you're able to rebound your own block off and get it again. It's just working for you.
Emily Brown back in for the service as well.
23-21, Purdue leads it. Good dig from Hoffman. Londot, that's 26.
And you hear the crowd on that one. They're getting behind this Buckeye team.
Ohio State subbing out Sydney Taylor for Lauren Murphy. Seeing if the 6'4" frame from Murphy can prove to be beneficial. Heaney up at the top, good save from Hoffman. And there's Murphy. Chacoin with the setup, back to Heaney again. Gonna be a bit of a rally on this one. Good block there, but Chelsea Thorpe brings the energy.
Chelsea Thorpe coming back into the game and doing what she does, providing that offensive spark that the Buckeyes have been looking for. All tied up now.
As you said, 23 apiece here, win by 2. If it goes to set 5, it's first to 15. Hudson punches it off. Chelsea Thorpe, oh my!
I mean, that was the best rotation the Buckeyes could have made right there.
Energy is sure picking up here in Covelli. Heaney goes off. It's tied 24 apiece. Now it's getting interesting.
Heaney hitting that one off the Buckeye block. Purdue definitely not out of this one.
And Heaney comes out for Ali Hornung. At this point, it'll be first to 26 will win it. Hoffman to Tooman to Thorpe. She strikes again.
And Thorpe looking for that back row, doing what she does best, going with that cross-court attack. She strikes again, and she's all the way up to 13 kills. Get a look at that one again. That ball really jumps off her hand.
If Ohio State can get it here, they're going 5. It says that Chacoin was able to hit the hand of Thorpe, 25 apiece.
And they've gone back and forth for a few points here. Neither team really pulling away here.
Ohio State, you can see their defense, their back three is definitely playing further. Chelsea Thorpe playing behind the 10-foot line on the weak side. Chacoin with the service error, point to the Buckeyes.
And that is the absolute worst way to lose a point there if you're Purdue. Getting a service error to make it set point. You just can't do that.
Ohio State just needs one more to go 5. Off the top, Anderson to Colvin. We're going 5. It seemed that actually Coach Shondell was going to walk over right to the officiating crew. No challenge needed there. It happened earlier. It happens again, actually tied at 26.
Yeah, looking back at that one, Austin, that definitely caught the back line. It was close, and some of those Buckeye fans thought it was over after that, but great attack that time by Eva Hudson, who's been so good today. She's at 18 kills.
Skimmerhorn will start it off. Hit awry, but saved from Chacoin. Hudson, but a dig from Hoffman. To Murphy. Too much on it. Purdue ups the ante. They're up by 1.
Tough break for Ohio State there. Lauren Murphy putting a little too much sauce on it, and that one went past that back line. So now, match point for Purdue.
If they can answer this one, this will be a high flyer. Tuman to Murphy. Resetting from Anderson. And it hits the back, and Purdue wins it.
What a way to end it for Purdue. Finding that back right corner on Ohio State's side. They got through, and their attack was really what did it today.
An absolute gauntlet